Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Quadropolis. In the game of Quadropolis, you are each town planners, and you have control of 4 architects that will be used in each of the 4 rounds. When you use an architect, you'll notice they are numbered from 1 through to 4. Those numbers indicate a couple of things. The essence of the game is you're going to select buildings off this main board and build them into your city. When you place an architect, you'll place it on any of the 4 sides. The number, when you place it, tells you how far away from the architect you're going to be able to take. So by putting a number 1 here, that means I'm taking this tile. The other thing that number 1 tells me is where on my board I'm able to build it. So I have to build it on either row or column number 1. When I build that tile, I will take the resource, which in this case is a people, in the top left-hand corner. Looks like that's kind of hard to see because they're a little bit opaque and see-through. Once we get to the end of the game, that building will only be able to be scored if it has 1 power resource token, which is this one, sitting on that slot. The other thing that is on this tile, just to point it out, is that green marker. There's 1 tile with that green marker in each of the 4 stages, so there's 4 different sets of tiles. And that means you take the mayor token, which means you're the first player. Now that that's been played, the urbanist marker gets put on the space where the tile was taken from, and that precludes the next player from playing anything in line with the urbanist. You're also not able to place an architect over the top of a previously played architect. So the next player might use the number 4. He's not able to place here because that would put him in line with the urbanist. He's not able to play here or here because that's also in line with the urbanist. So if he, for example, played there, he would be taking that tile. Urbanist goes there. He needs to then play his tile into one of those rows or columns. So he might just place that there. And that doesn't come with any resource because there's nothing in the top corner, but he's also going to need to earn a power or energy resource to be able to make that work. And that will continue just going around in turns until everyone has used all 4 of their architects. Once that has happened, we are at the end of the first round and we set up for the next round. So why would we be trying to place these buildings and activate these buildings and get the resources that we need onto each spot? Let's break it down a little bit. If you look closely at your player board, you will notice that it is split into 4 segments. That is important for the placement of our buildings. You have this funky little cheat sheet scorecard. I'll go with the icon side. I'll start down in the bottom corner with the segments. For each segment, if you have a building with this icon in the top right-hand corner, so if there's 1 in a segment, you'll get 2 points. If there's a second one in that same segment, it does nothing for you. If you have a second segment, however, that has 1 of these as well, you'll be getting 5. So if you've got 1 of these in each of the 4 different segments, that'll be worth 14 points to you. With this one, this is talking about these ones that have the anchor on them. What you're trying to do with these is put them into a row. If you have a row of 2 of them, that will give you 3 points. If you have a row of 3, it will give you 7 points. If you have a row of 4, that will give you the 12 points. So getting these guys into 1 row is really important. Next up are the shops. The shops don't matter where they're placed. However, they'll take an energy to activate them, but once they're activated, you get points for how many of the meeples you can put onto them. So up to 4 meeples on the 1 tile will get you 7 points. Next up are the factories that look like this, the factory icon in the top corner. They score points depending on what is next to them. For every shop that's next to the factory, you'll get 2 points. For every harbour that is next to a factory, that will get you 3 points. In a similar vein, gardens will get points for being next to houses or living accommodation. So if you get all 4 sides of the garden surrounded by these guys, that'll be worth 11 points. And finally, this is a little bit funky. You get 1 point for having 1 of these guys. If you can place a second one on top of it, that will give you 2 points. So you can layer up to 4 of these guys on top of each other as basically a high rise to get the extra points. You will take in the resource of the meeples each time you place one of these, but the cost to activate will only be the one that's on the top. That is the 6 types of buildings. Some of those buildings will have victory points marked on the top left corner instead of other resources, such as that one. Those points will only be gained at the end of the game. Be aware that if you place this here and you've got an empty square, you're not going to be able to take anything. If you place this here, but you actually don't want that tile, you can destroy it and not put it onto your board at all if you wish. I hope this helps you get Quadropolis to the table. I hope this clears up the rules for you. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaying, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.